Yeast.
Yeah.
Is it recording?
Yeah, it is. So you watch Joshua lose. Joshua, he keeps promoting himself as the best in the world, and you're absolutely right, man. He keeps dodging all the Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, exactly.
Mike Tyson. He said something really interesting about like the new generation of boxers.
Man, you used to be fighters, but now these new generation, they're all businessmen. They all do business.
He's right. It's true.
It's true, yeah. Well, it's smart. Like, get injured less, make more money. Yes, please.
Yeah, but
we live in a capitalist society, so I'll never like poo-poo someone making money as long as they're not like starting wars in Iraq or something. But
it makes sense. But you're
fighting takes a toll on you. Like all professional sports are unhealthy. That's something people don't know.
Professional sports are shit.
Today we want to talk about powerlifting. It's one of the main branches of gymming or bodybuilding, or people consider it as part of that umbrella.
Like the thing is, there's like a range of, like if you look at the best powerlifters, they're very different from each other. Like someone like Marissa Inda, who is, let me get this wrong, 50 maybe, 45. 40. She's a woman.
Don't worry, she's not watching.
Yeah,
she won't get it. She won't be insulted.
She's older and has like 2 or 3 kids, but she's built like what a bikini competitor would look like in the off season, and if they were healthy. And she's like breaking world records in her weight category, and she's an amazing lifter. Like also you have people like on the other spectrum, you have someone like Milana Sharif or Ray Williams, who are not quite human. Like they're like more than human, and like these people are they weigh like I know Malasha for sure weighs 150 off season,
150 kilos, not pounds.
Yeah, and then 160 in competition, so actually diets up.
Powerlifting involves a lot of technique. There's a lot of energy flow. It's all about timing and balance and center of mass, and there's so much thought that goes into a lift.
So powerlifting, you can Google it, but like very shortly, it's 3 lifts. Like I'm gonna compare it to Olympic weightlifting because people know what Olympic weightlifting is. So Olympic weightlifting is 2 lifts. It's the snatch, and it's the clean and jerk. And you have 3 attempts for each lift, and the person with the highest total wins. So you might
also it's a total. It's not just it's not one lift.
So you might break a world record in the snatch, like Muhammad Ihab did the last world championship. But like Lu, the Chinese guy, came and like he clean jerked more than him, but also the total of the 2 lifts was bigger. Okay. So in the end he wins, right? Theory, if you're really good at one lift but really shitty in another, you're not going to be the best. You're not gonna win. Huh?
You're trying to be
as best as you can
everything
at both lifts. Okay. Snatch, clean, jerk. Powerlifting, it's the same sort of structure, but it's 3 lifts. It's squats. Like the
back squats, right?
Yeah, they're back squats. Because you can back squat way more than you can front squat. Like, unless something weird's going on, I don't even know if that's possible. Like even Olympic weightlifters back squat.
Maybe. What if you're a Siamese twin joined at the hip? How does that work?
That would be like, that would make a great inspirational video.
It really would.
Yeah.
It really would.
What's your policy with like motivation?
Motivate.
Oh, okay.
Motivate as much as you want.
Like dead inside.
I started this a long time ago, and I didn't realize that there were so many branches. There's powerlifting and there's.
What when you started lifting weights, like what did you think you were doing? Bodybuilding.
Well, I thought I was doing bodybuilding, and that's the giant headline, bodybuilding. And it's the same concept. I just wanted to lift as heavy as I could, build as much muscle as I could, gain as much weight as I could. I used to bulk.
Get as much women.
Yeah.
I think most girls like what you're doing now. Like if you were in university, they'd be like, "Oh, that's too much." So, like now, I think you're
I used to be really big.
3 times this big.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but like now you're like fit and you can do like bear crawls.
I could always do bear crawls. I never had a problem doing bear crawls and hip thrusts. I made it very often. The thing is, powerlifting is suddenly becoming a trend now. There's not a lot of money in it. All the athletes that actually do it, and they've been doing it for years and years, do it out of pure love of the sport, love of lifting heavy.
It doesn't have to be world records, like even personal records. Like, what if you know, like if you move a weight you've never moved before, it just, especially because there's a process. Like, it doesn't happen. Like, you don't go to the gym, lift like 200 kilos, and then like disappear, and then 3 weeks later you add like 20 kilos to the bar.
It's gradual. It's incremental.
You have what's called like newbie, like the beginner curve. Like, because in the beginning, like you don't even know how to like use all of your muscles at the right time. Like, you're trying to just lift with your back or just with your legs, or you're not using your glutes or whatever. So you think you get stronger really quickly, but that's more due to, it's not really due to getting stronger as much as technical proficiency. But then you also start gaining strength real fast. Then you hit a plateau, and then like that's when your programming needs to be more intricate. That's when that's when you really need to revisit your technique. Maybe you have to step back, which is what I'm doing. Lift really light, but like do a lot of tempo work, a lot of paused work, and things like that. So we keep breaking plateaus. Like, once you're a master lifter, like someone like that's lifted with a very high Wilks score, which is just a calculation to see how heavy what you're lifting is compared to your body weight. So a high Wilks means you lift like 3, 4, 5 times body weight. Okay. So someone who's very advanced would like spend like years trying to like add 5 kilos, 10 kilos to a lift. Right? Because if you've just benched like 320 kilos,
I'm not benching 320 kilos.
Well, very few men can. Like the people who benched over like 300 kilos, they're like, it might be like 6, 7 guys.
Powerlifting, it's not for me personally, but I want to know why you got into it.
Oh, like I injured my knee.
Yeah.
Like, I had a really bad injury that just like changed my entire life, because I had to stop kickboxing. Like, any rotational movement was not there, and like my knee was. I found like a program called Squat Every Day on bodybuilding.com, and I started doing it, and that made my knees feel better for the first time. Because I honestly, like, I should have like
kept moving it.
I tried to, but like I just, from like my training, my background, we just never used to squat. I remember also figuring out like, I have tight muscles that are limiting my mobility. I need to work on my mobility, and then work on my mobility, and then work through flexibility, and then working on my mobility through the movement, and then just adding strength to that. That cured my leg, that cured my knee. But I did that, and I stopped. And I just stopped doing any type of exercise for such a long time, like 3.5 years.
Really, you just took a hiatus?
I took a really long, bad hiatus. Me and my wife watched all of Naruto together.
It took you 3 years.
Well, no, we watched a lot of stuff, but Naruto was like the most intense. Like Adventure Time and Naruto.
Naruto sponsor us.
So whatever gets you into the gym, that's good. Because you can do powerlifting and lose weight. You can do powerlifting and get abs. You can do powerlifting and be fat. Like, there are a lot of different ways to be strong. If you look at like all the great powerlifters at every weight category, none of them, except for like the really light categories, but like they all look different. No, they don't look the same. Like so you can look at like top level powerlifters, whether they're female or male, and you have a lot of different body types. You have from like, and they're all great, and they're different ways. So I guess what I want to stress is like, if like bodybuilding type workouts are like attract you, like you think it's fun to do like supersets and like get like a pump and like pose afterwards and stuff,
I don't do that.
Yeah.
I wish if I did, I'd get more likes and views.
If that motivates you, then you should do that type of workout. If CrossFit does that for you, then
please don't use the C word.
Yeah. I like wearing tights at the gym. I don't care.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with wearing tights in the gym.
Yeah, man, bring the tights back. Make tights cool again. Make tights green again.
I've never worn tights before.
they feel amazing.
I love the idea.
You know what? I like
but
I like
can't
tight
get myself-
shorts, like not like full tights, just like yeah,
like bikers. Bicycle.
Yeah.
Not.
yeah.
Yeah, none of that.
Hey kid, check out my quad.
It's a lot of technique involved. It
There's
really
a-
is, and
yeah.
there's a lot of different types.
Yeah, like absolutely none of not even medium to great powerlifters. None of them are like I don't want to say meatheads, but none of them are just like yeah, man, just go in. All of them are very, very calculating, very, very disciplined, very, very like methodic people. Like because you need to, especially when you're at a high level, you need to track everything in your life from like stress and from non-sports related stuff to just like your flexibility and your mobility and like pain or whatever, and like your technique and like your programming, all like like recently powerlifters have learned a lot from bodybuilders, because bodybuilders know a lot about two things: nutrition. They don't know a lot about training, sorry. They know a lot about nutrition.
They do, because it's mainly nutrition.
Well, yeah. They know all about
Okay.
nutrition and steroids.
Yeah.
And like, but like, if you look at all the top bodybuilders, like none of them are like they all train almost the same. None of them are doing because they're not training for performance. They're training for
Aesthetics.
muscle, not even aesthetics, like muscle size. Like they want every muscle to be as big as possible. If there's like for them, a lagging muscle group is just a group muscle that's not popping out. Yeah.
So, what advice would you give people who want to get into powerlifting?
You can be a complete newbie, like complete beginner. Can I suggest two different programs?
Yeah, of course.
Either I would suggest just type Chad Wesley Smith Juggernaut. That's how I built myself up from like zero, from like 3.5 years of. And their starting strength, but I like Juggernaut way more. And Juggernaut have just like instructional videos about every detail you could think of, and they even go in depth in like sports science and like the science behind like strength training, and they're great.
Yeah, when's your next meet?
I don't have a meet planned.
What if you do? You know where to advertise that. Yeah. I know there's so much more you can talk about when it comes to powerlifting. It's a huge topic full of so many different exciting things. But just to cut it short, thanks a lot for being a part of this. You educated me. This has been The Public. You heard it here first. For more information, comment or DM me. Go to my Instagram, follow Omar on Instagram. Hi Powerlifting. If you're really into it, you really think you want to get into it, and you feel like you have the strength, you feel like you have the drive, you think that you're ready, go for it.
You don't need to have the strength, you build the strength.
You heard it from him. Till next time.
Yeah.